Good morning, everyone. It's Kim here with the Book Broads. You know what? If you're watching this and it's not morning, just pretend it is, because it is a lovely way to hang out. I'm here with Kamal Parmar. Hi, Kamal.
Hi.
How are you today?
Good, thanks.
Good. So we're hanging out, and we were going to go outside and do this shoot, but it's a little bit windy, and so. But I really wanted tea, so it works. Now, Kamal is a poet, and she is a Canadian poet. She writes both about British Columbia. She writes about her land in Saskatoon.
Yeah,
yeah, and as well as India. So it brings in really great flavors of Canada as well as India, which is who Kamal is. There's a variety of things in her. So Kamal, what got you on to writing poetry?
Well, I was right from childhood, you know, I had a lot of interest in English literature, language, and then when I did my master's in English, and I just fell in love with the Victorian romantic poets like Wordsworth. I know right now you'd say they're very archaic poets,
no, beautiful.
But you know, they really sort of gave me a push and towards my poetic views. Yeats, Keats, Wordsworth, especially, you know, Wordsworth's poem, I wandered lonely as a cloud, daffodils.
Oh.
So that really got me going.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you've always written poetry when you were in India?
Yeah, I did some freelancing journalism, you know,
right.
I wrote in newspapers on points to ponder, those kind of articles on nutrition, because I'm also certified, I've got a degree in nutrition.
Right.
And other than that, I wrote a poem and the editor called me, he says, come here. I was so scared, I said, he's going to say, take it away, and scrap of paper. He said, no, this is a poem, I'm going to publish it, it's a beautiful poem. So that was a kind of really a push. And the first poem was a prologue to an evening, you know, and from then on there was no turning back. So I started writing and, you know, getting published. I got books in India that were published. Right. And when I came here, it really...
You found other inspirations in Canada,
yes,
right?
Yes, and at something that here just inspired me.
Wow. Yeah, that's what you're saying. British Columbia has inspired you, but as well as the prairies.
Yeah. Even though it sounds very different, you know, prairies say, oh, it's flat land, etc. But it's got a mystic beauty and different sort of language.
Well, you certainly found the beauty in it. Like, there is beauty for sure in everything, right?
There is. There's poetry all around us, and we have to listen.
How would you find your inner poet? How would you suggest somebody find their inner poet?
Well, I think everyone has an inner poet in him or her. It is you got to look inwards. It's kind of a journey of self-discovery. Like I go for a walk or something. I like to go for a walk alone. And look something, you know, you see a weed coming out of beside a stone, or a reflection of stars in the pond. Those kind of things. Yeah. Then they just inspire me, and I think of some lines. I go home and scribble them down, and I lose my piece of paper.
Ah, that's funny.
So that's very irritating.
That's funny. Well, I was reading some of the poetry, and one of the ones I was hoping that you could read a passage one is "It's Summer is Fading." Is that the one?
Summer is passing. Yeah.
Yeah. If you could read a little passage to us. Can you show me the cover of the book, though, huh? There it is. Fleeting Shadows. Yeah. There you go. Okay. So Kamal's going to read a little bit to us. And yeah, have a read.
Okay, thank you. Yes, I just read the first stanza of this poem. Sky not a deep blue, but mottled with cloud. Every time I look, they change from wispy silver to curling grey. A week back, a burnt orange sun hung in the coppery bowl of the sky, and the evening star late coming. The sea shimmered like lapis lazuli, now ruffled. Strong waves toss, fill the air with spray that tickles my cheek. The waning pulse of the day, as darkness closes in, much before lights on, the church bell tolls for evening vespers.
Wow.
That's the first.
Lovely. So there's lots more. Maybe you might be able to put the whole poem up on this with this video and share the whole thing. That'd be great.
Yeah,
so now you're selling this book at a variety of stores.
Yeah, I am, and all over the island, and then it's in the Nanaimo Art Gallery.
Right.
Then in Comox bookstore, sorry, not Comox, Courtney.
Right, Courtney.
There.
Right.
Yeah.
And they can contact you and your website.
Yeah,
what's your website? Yeah. What's your website?
Website is going to come up.
Oh yes, we're still working on that. So
yes,
anyway, you can if you have any questions or anything through the Book Broads, I'll get you connected with Kamal. Be really wonderful. And she is available to speak and talk about poetry and haikus and various things like that. Presentations too. So it's been a lovely time, and I really I like the essence of your poems, and I thank you for sharing that and meeting up. So thanks.
Thank you so much.
Bye, Kamal.
Thanks, Kim.